Hi there. My name is Allison Rollans, and I am excited to share just about the value of doulas in a hospital setting with everybody today. I am the founding member and owner of High Country Doulas. I've been working with parents for now over 24 years, and I have about 16 team members who work with me. I love to talk about the landscape of the expectant parent's journey right now, talking about some of the things that they're missing and the sort of what to expect. I think doulas feel we hear this all the time. Sometimes there's misinformation out there. Not everything that's out there on Google and the internet and social media are correct. We all know that. Understanding those mental health gaps and understanding the impact of PMADs on a woman's experience is definitely something that is important in the piece and the role that we talk about and consider in our support. Prenatal education, everybody knows, is super evolving. There's lots of different options. A lot of parents are choosing and opting out, trying to self-educate or not really concerned, feeling that they may get what they need when they arrive at the hospital. A lot of parents also may not have the trust in themselves or their body, that disassociation with understanding how the bodies works or just education and understanding of that. Also, a lot of parents have fears of hospital and what that means going in, that most people go to hospital when they're sick. So it's a different version when you're going in to have a baby, of course, but it's still quite uh, anxiety producing for a lot of parents. And then, of course, the aspect, like I mentioned before, where are they getting their guidance and advice? Is it families, friends, turning to social media, self-education, and then having no support or lack of support? So what gaps do doulas fill in the birth team? There are a great space there that doulas can really fill in the gap. And we're going to talk a little bit more about different ways that we do that. All right. So most doulas are trained and certified. And of course, my team all is. Most doulas try to get those credentialing, certification, and work hard to increase their understanding with continued education, whether that's PMADs, getting infant CPR certified, getting more lactation support, sleep, all the different things that we work with. Doulas are also very important essential workers, and we work in a lot of ballot hospitals, and they, over the pandemic, considered doulas essential workers. So it was really great to be able to not have to tell our parents that we can't support you in person. We are often also trained, again, as postpartum doulas and labor and birth doulas, and have additional training in lactation and feeding support. Doulas also often work other jobs. Most of the time, being a doula cannot pay the bills. So there's a lot of juggling that doulas do. And it is a challenging career to have with a family. So as doulas, it is important for us in the hospital setting to collaborate, just educating parents and supporting parents, being there to cheerlead them and to connect them with those fear and anxiety. We try to, of course, leave our own story and biases at the door. This is their birth. It is not ours. And those of you who know and work alongside parents, it's sometimes challenging to do that if you have particular experiences, right? We have to kind of sometimes set those aside. We don't give medical care or advice or speak for our clients. We do often use our clients' birth plans and birth wishes to, communicate their wishes if for some reason, something may be changing in the path of their birth journey. Is this still a possibility? We also often try to explain medical concerns if the parents are still struggling to understand what's being shared with them. I think it's important that parents understand that. And sometimes we translate that. But working collaboratively is a key component of what we do, helping to work alongside labor and delivery nurses, alongside providers to have conversations and check in, touch base. Oftentimes doulas build trust with parents, so they will often tell us stuff that they might not feel comfortable telling these people they just met, some of them. We again clarify instead of criticize caregivers' approaches, making sure parents understand their choices as well, and really help to create a overall environment of calm and joy and just peace in terms of those settings. We cannot control birth. Everybody knows that, but we can control how the environment is in some ways. And in terms of creating professional boundaries, respecting privacy of our clients and other members of the team, those are so important. So we also provide the in-person support, just like you can see in the picture, but we also are in communication with parents as soon as labor might start. So if it's spontaneous labor, we're there to talk with them on the phone or FaceTime them or get texts from them. So parents never feel alone in that journey. So doulas also, we get calls at 3 a.m. We get text all through the day. Some days that's a lot, and some days it's not much. But I will tell you that my phone gets lots of questions. Parents are anxious. That first year of life, pregnancy, all of that is full of questions. So we want to hear them, acknowledge their concerns, lead them to some good resources, or make sure that they connect and ask questions of their providers. Our support is typically in-home or in hospital. So we do a lot of home visits, both prenatally and postpartum. And we do spend a good amount of time just acknowledging concerns. Typical visits are 1 to 2 hours long. So you can see how doulas really are able to spend a lot of time building rapport, connecting, listening, really truly understanding parents and diving more deep into their concerns and fears, their wishes, all of that. We also try to provide the most up-to-date evidence-based resources. Our doula training organization updates theirs every 5 years to make sure it's evidence-based. So those are really important in terms of being accurate and giving good information. And then on call, we typically join parents within 2 hours of being requested. Oftentimes, we are helping parents know when they need us there. And typically it's, within an hour or two, unless we're driving a good distance to meet that parent somewhere. Doulas also ask hard questions. For example, if I had a mom who was struggling, I might repeat myself in asking her, how are you? And she might say, fine. And I'll say, no, how are you doing? Well, I feel like I'm struggling, you know, and then we start that conversation. So we definitely have the time to spend with parents so that if they need that support, if they need to be referred out to somebody, then just our ability to spend time with parents allows us to dive deeper. We also try to build increased confidence in parents. I think that's really key. We're often there telling them, wow, that's amazing. So, just sharing different aspects of support in their efforts is really key. This is just a quote from some of our parents that we worked with. And I think one of the biggest things here is to say that they also helped us communicate with the hospital staff in an entirely professional way, working seamlessly as a part of our team. Our doulas really helped to make the entire birthing experience a positive one. So this was with a couple that we worked with out of a Ballad hospital, and we have worked hard to build rapport with hospitals and with those nursing staffs and providers so that we can create that experience for parents. Doulas are definitely here to help support the entire team, right? So in terms of things striving to support progression of labor, parents' goals, wishes, fielding questions. We're definitely that liaison, um, that acknowledgement of praise, encouraging communication and assisting in baby's first feeding. Some of us have more lactation experience than others, but we're always there to cheerlead and ask and get connected with lactation support if they need it. Just a couple of different things here in terms of ACOG and SMFM regarding the use of doulas in labor. And most of you guys all know these things, but just a couple of things I thought I'd add. And nurses are so key and important in the work that we do. I think doulas really edify nurses. We build them up. We talk about, oh, you've got Sally. She's amazing. You're going to love her. Building that rapport. We often help and support nurses by being extra set of hands, whether that's helping to move mom. We want to not be in the way. We want to be able to be supportive and a part of that team. And we often will step out and talk with doulas to help create strategies to help support those parents. So thanks so much. I appreciate you listening to me today, and I am recording because I am off to a birth. So thanks so much. My name is Allison Rollans again, and thanks for listening.